Imagine you're on a plane, buckled in, ready for a cross-country flight from New York to San Francisco, and suddenly, the cabin turns into a battleground not with fists, but with words, prejudice, and a life hanging in the balance. That's what happened on United Flight 215, and let me tell you, it's a story that'll stick with you. It's about Clara Thompson, a 68-year-old grandma, sweet as pie, but fighting for every breath after a flight attendant named Karen Walsh decided her asthma inhaler was suspicious. Clara's sitting in first class, her hands shaking, clutching this little inhaler like it's her lifeline because it is. She's got severe asthma, the kind that can knock you out if you don't catch it fast. Her medical bracelets glinting under the cabin lights, screaming proof of her condition. But Karen's not having it. "Ma'am, this isn't medicine," she snaps, yanking the inhaler from Clara's hand like she's caught a kid with candy she shouldn't have. The whole cabin freezes. You can feel the air get heavy, and Clara's eyes go wide. Her breath's already rasping, like she's pulling air through a straw. Karen's standing there, holding the inhaler up like it's evidence in a courtroom, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "What's next, lady? You gonna tell me this is your heart medicine?" A few passengers shift in their seats, uncomfortable, stealing glances at Clara, who's starting to wheeze louder, her face turning gray. Clara tries to speak, her voice soft, desperate. "Please, I need that. I can't breathe without it." But Karen just smirks. "Nice try, but I've seen every trick in the book." It's like she's decided Clara's some kind of con artist, not a grandma heading to her brother's funeral. Now, in row 10, there's Mia Carter, a college kid with a phone and a fire in her gut. She's whispering into an Instagram live. "Y'all, this is United Flight 215, and this poor woman's being humiliated for no reason. Share this. We can't let this slide." Her video's blowing up, comments rolling in, people furious, but Clara's still struggling, her hands gripping the armrests, her bracelet flashing like a distress signal. A guy in row 15, Dr. James Lee, a retired ER doc, stands up, his voice calm but firm. "Ma'am, I'm a doctor. That woman's having an asthma attack. Give her the inhaler now." Karen doesn't even blink. "Sit down, sir. This is my call." You can feel the cabin crackling, like a storm's about to break. Clara's phone starts ringing. Her daughter, Lisa, calling over and over, but Clara's too weak to answer. Her breaths are shallow, her lips tinged blue, and you're thinking, how's this happening on a plane full of people? Why's no one doing anything? Mia's stream hits 50,000 views, and the comments are screaming, "This is racism. Ageism. Do something." But Karen's still standing there, smug, like she's the queen of this metal tube in the sky. Then, everything shifts. Clara, with the last of her strength, hits the answer button on her phone, and it's on speaker. A voice booms through, sharp, commanding. "Mom, what's going on? Why aren't you answering?" It's Lisa Thompson, VP of Operations for United. And let me tell you, the air in that cabin changes. Karen's face goes pale, like she's seen a ghost. Lisa's voice cuts like a knife. "Who's in charge here? Who took my mother's inhaler?" Dr. Lee grabs the phone. "MS. Thompson, your mom's in bad shape. The flight attendant, Karen Walsh, won't give her medicine back." Lisa doesn't miss a beat. "Karen Walsh, you listen to me. That's my mother's asthma inhaler. You give it back now, or I'm on this plane in 10 minutes, and you'll wish you never stepped on board." Karen's hands are shaking, but she's still clutching the inhaler like it's her shield. She stammers, "I thought it was illegal." Lisa's voice is ice cold. "You thought wrong. You saw her bracelet, you heard a doctor, and you still let your bias call the shots. Return it. Now." Karen hands it over, her face crumbling, and Clara takes a puff, her breathing easing, color creeping back into her cheeks. The cabin lets out a collective breath, but the tension's still there, thick as fog. Lisa storms onto the plane minutes later, all business, her eyes locked on her mom. She kneels beside Clara. "Mom, you okay?" "I'm here now." Then she turns to Karen, her voice low, deadly. "You almost killed my mother because you judged her by her clothes, her age, her skin. You broke every rule in the book, United's, and the laws." Karen's trembling, tears streaming. "MS. Thompson, I'm so sorry. I didn't know." Lisa cuts her off. "Sorry doesn't cut it. You're done here." Right then, two airline officials board, handing Karen a choice: resign now or face termination and a lawsuit. Karen, voice breaking, whispers, "I'll resign." She walks off, head down, the cabin's eyes burning into her, a mix of pity and judgment. The plane takes off, but this story doesn't end there. Mia's video hits 2 million views, justice for Clara trends worldwide, and United's in hot water. Lisa pushes for change, new training for every crew member on medical devices, a passenger app for pre-registering health conditions, the works. Other airlines jump on board, and Clara's story sparks a movement. She's invited to Congress, testifying about bias and disability rights, her voice steady. No one should feel helpless because of someone else's prejudice. The Clara Thompson Act passes, protecting vulnerable travelers, and her story's taught in schools, hospitals, everywhere. But here's the thing: Clara's not just a victim. She's a fighter, a grandma who turned pain into change. And Karen? She's working a quiet job at a corner store now, haunted by that day, wondering what could have been if she'd listened. This story's not black and white, it's messy, human. It makes you wonder, what would you do in that cabin? Would you speak up, like Mia, or stay quiet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever seen something like this? Share it. Let's talk about what justice really means.